Hello and welcome to Dartmouth Memorial Stadium here in the great town of Dartmouth as DCTV Sports presents Dartmouth High School football. Today the Dartmouth Indians taking on the Plymouth North Eagles in the consolation round of the MIAA Round Robin Tournament. Alongside Evan Massoud, I'm Paul Santos in for Jim Thompson and Andy Thompson tonight. Great to be with you tonight, not only on Dartmouth Community Media, but on the YouTube channel as well, live, and it's always exciting to be live tonight. Thank you for looking in tonight. And Evan, great to be working with you this evening.
I know, this is a first. I feel like, we've been talking virtually for on and off for like 6 months, right? And you've been doing games here for forever. I've been doing games here since 2014, and we've never teamed up for a game. So I got Thompson earlier this year, and I got you now here in the consolation round. I guess all the boxes are checked.
That's a dream team right there, I'll tell you that.
That's right.
Well, Dartmouth comes in with a record of 6-3. The Plymouth North Eagles coming in with a record of 5-4. But talking to the coaches before the game, Plymouth North, I think they're going to be dangerous a little bit. We'll have to see as the game starts. But any of those teams that play the spread offense, they like to be multifaceted on offense. Those are teams that you have to concern yourselves with. You got to figure out a way to stop them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was, we grabbed Coach right before the game and said, Coach, keys to the game. And he said, exactly. Got to stop the offense. He is concerned about that, and we'll see how, the Indians' defense comes to play today in front of their home crowd.
Today is Veterans Day, so happy Veterans Day to especially all of those who have served our great country of America.
And now we ask that you please join our veterans.
Right now we're going to be asking the fans here through the public address announcer to stand for a moment of silence, followed by the national anthem.
Thank you. Please remain standing. Gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Moments away from the opening kickoff here at Dartmouth Memorial Stadium. Paul Santos and Evan Massoud in for the Thompsons tonight. Jim and Andy, great to have you looking in, not only on Dartmouth Community Media, but as we said, YouTube Live. Thanks for joining us tonight. We were talking about Dartmouth and Milton last week, and I was looking at some of that highlight reel of that game. And, the Indians, they started out with a long, sustained drive, running the ball with Ethan Marks, Will Kelly running the ball, just a ball control offense. Nice, long drive. And then the ball was turned over via a fumble, and then all of a sudden Milton went down, boom, 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 right into the end zone. And I thought, oh, boy, this is not good. And Milton opened up a 21-0 lead, and the Indians were trying to come from behind against a team like that, which is not a good recipe.
No, you never, in a sudden death game like that, you never want to be playing from behind, especially when you're, basically setting the tone for the game. To have that kind of a drive and then to come up empty is deflating on multiple levels, never mind that it was via a turnover. Tonight, as you said, it's a consolation game, so it's more for pride. It's not for a trophy per se or to get you towards the championship round. But, that was a tough one. It seems like any of those teams up near Boston, South Shore, these areas, they're always tough opponents, and so it'll be interesting to see. I have a feeling that Plymouth North's record of 5-4 is really not indicative of how they've played this season.
Keegan Carr kicking it off, and it's Dutra for the Indians. And how about this for a return? Down to the 45-yard line. It's about a 35-yard return. for the Dartmouth Indians and Dutra, and Dartmouth will take over 1st and 10. A couple of weapons last week that did very well in that Milton game, even though they lost Will Kelly. And the other running back for the Indians, Esterlin and Ethan Marks. They had good games with Marks and Kelly both running for an SS of 100 yards.
Yeah, and I would expect that the Indians are going to stick with the ground game, especially if that's what was working last week, and they will here on the first snap.
There's Ethan Marks. He has a first down and a gain of about 13 yards on the first play from scrimmage, and that's a good sign because the Indians' strength is not only that running game, of course, with the skill position players, but that offensive line.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like parting the Red Sea. Left, right, big open hole right up the seam. And, if the line can do that tonight, it'll be good for the offense. The Indians will have no problem running the ball if that's going to be the mode of operation here.
Dominic Kearney came up with the stop for the Eagles. And this is another inside run by the quarterback Kelly this time. As we said, 122 yards rushing last week against Milton. Goes into the interior, gets tackled by Plymouth North's Golden, and it's going to be a second down and about 8 for the Dartmouth Indian offense. Old-fashioned football there.
Yeah, kind of, direct snap, and that time the defensive line was ready for it. Now they've seen a play now, right? So with each play in the game, each side's going to continue to make adjustments. It's going to be who can make those adjustments first. That looked to be an offside.
Penalty marker on the play.
The referee tonight is Gino Fell. Maxwell Lane out there as well. Offside defense, and the clock operator up here in the booth with us, Jim Sylvia.
Well, that'll help the Indians. A free 5 yards. You saw the defensive linesman there right in the center kind of jumped the line. I don't know if he lost his balance or he just got started too soon, but didn't read the hard count properly.
Here comes Kelly. He's got room around the side to the 20-yard line. Down to the 15-yard line, a big run by quarterback Kelly. And that Dartmouth running game continues to be effective as they get the inside yardage from Marks to the outside the speed of quarterback Kelly.
And a key block right there on your screen by Dylan Gomes. Good tackle there from Dominic Kearney, one of the seniors for the Eagles.
1st and 10 now at the 15-yard line. The Indians putting together a nice drive. High snap, inside handoff to Ethan Marks. Hard over the left side of that offensive line. Barrels through for a gain of at least 5 yards. Coming up with a stop for Plymouth North. Dominic Kearney along with Anthony Ferrente for the Plymouth North Eagles.
A pickup of good 7 yards there. Looking at 2nd and 3rd. Good run right up the chute. Now kind of going to spread it out a little bit.
The Indian passing game not doing as well as some thought at the beginning of the year, as the outside handoff goes to Esterlin, I believe, that time. Nope, that's actually Crane. That's number 8, Patrick Crane, carrying the ball over the right side. And let's see, he's going to be short of a first down. It's going to be about 3rd and 1 for Dartmouth.
Yeah, Paul, the way they're running right now in this first drive, a yard pickup really shouldn't be much of a hurdle. They're picking up about 5 yards here on every carry. Oh, another jump by the defensive line, and they will rule it dead. I think it's going to be another offsides, which would give Dartmouth an automatic first down.
2 big mistakes for Plymouth North so far in the game with these penalties. They're going to confer a little bit and make sure that there was no movement on the offensive line. The officials are discussing it, and Gino Fell with the call of the offside. So 2 penalties against Plymouth that have really hurt Plymouth's defense here and has really helped the Dartmouth Indian offense, as you pointed out.
Same player. We'll call it out early here. We have Plymouth North with white jerseys, white uniforms, and silver numbers. So going to be fun tonight.
1st and goal now at the 4-yard line. Baron Dutra being pushed out of bounds, and he is going to be out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. Oh, so that was a nice run there by Dutra, tackled by Wesley Hillman, the senior defensive back for Plymouth North.
Yeah, that was Hillman. Great tackle there. Good read. He followed it here and picked him up. Right there, got free. and wrapped him up. He got some help from number 44 there, Dylan Deering, as well. So it'll be second and goal from the 1-yard line.
Indians with a good chance to get in here early on their first possession. Ethan Marks puts his head down. Marks is in for a touchdown. Ethan Marks, who rushed for 133 yards last week against Milton, gets the first score of the game, carrying over the left side of the offensive line.
That's a great drive to start the game. You know, you got yourself a really solid return, good field position, and you scored within the first 4 minutes. Big difference from last week, right, when you come up empty in that first drive. Now you can start playing football the way you want to because you're in control. You have the lead. It's up to the Eagles now to answer.
Oliver Taradash getting ready to kick the extra point. He's been solid all year, and he puts it away. 8:09 to go in the first, and the Dartmouth Indians have the 7-0 lead on the 1-yard touchdown by Ethan Marks. And a nice drive put together there by the Indians, just the way you wanted to do it. March down the field, keep the ball away from the defense, keep it on the ground, pound and ground, and end up in the end zone.
Yeah, no passing at all, and it's one of those, right, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. And this actually reminds, I was here for the Durfee game with Jim, and this is very similar to how that one went early on. So, you know, for the Indians, it's more of the same. Obviously, the ground game is their bread and butter. They have some really good players, good key pieces with the running game, and they have a lot of options. And that can keep a defense really confused throughout the game. It's going to be up to the Eagles to be able to figure it out. But Dartmouth looked really good offensively. We'll see how the defense is as we'll get our first look at the Eagles' offense.
Ball will be kicked off here by Louis Freitas. Did want to credit that Dartmouth offensive line, the center Daniel Martin, Josh Miller, and TJ Pickering, the guards, and the tackles Eli Johnson and Parker Souza, really controlling things at the point of attack.
Number 2, Wesley Hillman, back deep to receive. That's a good kickoff, and he will take it.
Here's Wesley Hillman on the return to the left side, 25, 30, still bouncing around and ends up out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Good job kind of bouncing around Graham White there, but he ended up maybe a yard or two after that. So it's first and 10 at about the 31.
Yeah, kind of an unmarked slalom course right there for Hillman as he made his way to the outside. But yeah, that's not a bad return when, you know, the Indians are really swarming in, and that, you know, on special teams, right, when you're the kicking team, you want to push the players to the outside. You don't want them to be able to find that seam, and that's exactly what they did. They got him to cut in, and then they kind of swarmed and collapsed on him. So, and he had to make the choice to take the hit or to go out of bounds.
Evan and I had a chance to talk to the head coach before the game, Chris Whidden, 3 years in charge here at Plymouth North. Talked highly of his quarterback, Dallas Murphy, who is a senior, and he's running the offense back there, a fake handoff. He is going to keep the ball, and he bounces wide and gets knocked down after a gain of about 5 or so. Looks like there are a number of tacklers in there for the Dartmouth Indian defense, and it brings up second down.
Dallas Murphy, a nice sports name right there.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like, yeah, I like that name.
For the record, because, you know, it's always nice to receive kudos. Coach Whidden was very complimentary of our broadcasts as well when they were, or DCTVs when I say ours, of football coverage, because he was watching some of the tape. So kudos to the team behind the scenes making us look good.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear that. Always nice to hear that as there's an inside handoff. Isaac Uva carries and gets a first down, gain of 5 for Plymouth North. So very similar start here for the Plymouth offense, running it hard to the inside.
Yeah, and that's a good first down, and kind of the pile collapsing there, but enough force to push the defenders down. We do have an Dartmouth Indian player down at the 40-yard line being tended to right now by the trainer, as coach is making his way out there as well.
Last week, Plymouth North losing to North Attleboro in their playoff game while the Indians were playing against Milton. And that's how we ended up here at Dartmouth Stadium tonight for this game. And the only other game after this will be the Thanksgiving game against traditional Fairhaven. And the game is here in Dartmouth this year. So hopefully we'll have the weather that we've been getting lately. A nice warm Thanksgiving morning is always good.
Sure.
And hopefully we'll be able to enjoy that one that Thanksgiving morning. Okay.
It was really strange playing New Bedford in April.
Last year, right. No, I remember. Yeah, we
Not
did
even
that
last
too.
year. It was this spring.
Yeah, it was this year, right. Last season, I mean, yeah.
It seems like it was so long ago. But, I mean, geez, I joined Joe and Chris for the New Bedford broadcast. And, they were nice enough to have me join them. And we were there in jeans and polos, basically.
Yeah,
it was so warm. It was beautiful. I started thinking, maybe there's something to this. The warmer weather.
Pass to the outside. Plenty of running room. Oh, a big hit at the 50-yard line. As down went number 8, Dominic Kearney, who was on the reception. T.J. Pickering, by the way, the injured Indian player, being attended to on the sideline. See if we can pick up who delivered that hit.
This is like running into a wall. Ooh. That's close to leading with the helmet, too. There was some contact there, but I think I saw a 4 in there. I saw the 4 on the Dartmouth Indian jersey, but we didn't see the whole jersey, and we know it's not. It wouldn't have been Will Kelly, would it have been? I don't think he's out there right now.
On the carry this time is Isaac Hoover for Plymouth North.
Isaac Uber on the carry.
Oh, Kelly is out there. I think it was Kelly, because I saw a 4 on the jersey. It was Kelly. Thank you, Mike.
It was a 4 and no other letter.
No
other number. Yeah. No other number and no other letter. Third down and short. Pass to the outside. Same play, and it is going to result in a first down. They have that screen pass, and then once the receiver catches the ball, he kind of juke steps forward, and that's going to be Wesley Hillman. Tackle that time by Crane.
Yeah, nice quick pass. There was pressure coming in. Some contact against the QB by Josh Miller. So he had to get rid of it quickly, and it paid off. They found his man on the far side.
Plymouth looking to answer right away here.
Yeah, moving the sticks effectively. Calling audibles is Murphy. Coach was very...
he was high on Murphy.
Yeah, he spoke very highly of Murphy. He said he's a great team leader.
Murphy looking to fire it downfield. That's going to be incomplete.
Murphy's pass is incomplete.
Coverage that time by Graham White down at the enemy 20-yard line.
Yeah, he was rearing back to fire it. I'm not sure if there was a bad route taken there by the intended receiver, because that ball was well up the field, and there was a lot of green in front, too. So had he connected, that would have been an answer for sure.
Get a look at the Dartmouth fans coming out here tonight. The student body congregating in the corner over there. Dartmouth marching band not able to be here tonight. The game was originally scheduled for the Friday night, and with the inclement weather coming, the game was moved to the Thursday night, where we are right now. Is it 2nd down and 10. Dallas Murphy, handoff. He is going to be smothered immediately as charging in there for the Indians. Maddox Dupree. And number 18, Will Chow.
Talk about blitzing.
And Crane was in there too.
They got right by the line. They were completely uncovered. Dartmouth was coming with pressure. And now it's 3rd and long.
Hoover just got crushed on that one, and now we have a 3rd down and 3. Dallas Murphy looking over at his head coach there, Chris Whidden.
That was actually a loss, so 3rd and 13.
Murphy over the middle. Caught at the 35-yard line by Wesley Hillman. That's going to be short of the first down.
Was he touched? I don't think there was contact made. He didn't get up and try to run, but I don't think anybody was around him.
Yeah, I know. In high school, I think once you're down, you can't get up and run like in the NFL.
It will be 4th and 6.
So 4th down and 6. Hey, they're looking at this. It's 4-down territory. They're in Dartmouth territory. The ball is at the Dartmouth Indian 36-yard line. So Plymouth North electing to go for it here as Dallas Murphy is in the shotgun. Murphy lets it fly. Well overthrown at the 25-yard line. The intended receiver was Dominic Kearney. High, wide, and incomplete. And the ball is turned over on downs.
Well, for a while, this looked like kind of a carbon copy of Dartmouth's first drive, other than the fact that one was on the ground and one was in the air. The sticks were moving. There were, consecutive plays for forward progress. You're playing ahead of the sticks, not behind them. And the Indians come up with a good stop here. That blitz, that loss of yardage really changed the complexion of it, and they get the ball back. Nice job by the defense.
Kelly now with a handoff to this side, and looks like Esterlin. Down at the 35-yard line. Minimal gain. with the ball that time for the Indians was Louis Freitas. Check that. Carrying the ball for Dartmouth. And let's see where they spot that ball. Very minimal gain. No gain at all, actually.
Ran a long time. That's going to be frustrating when you run for that long and you just get back to the line of scrimmage. I mean, he escaped one tackle, and then at the tail end of it, Jalen Baker came in and put a good hit on everybody to seal the deal. So no gain, as you said, Paul. 2nd and 10.
Fake handoff. Here comes Kelly. Very effective all year running the ball. Down to about the 48-yard line, and we do have a flag on a play. We'll see if it's going to be a hold against Dartmouth. Is that what you think? Yep. You can tell by the location of where the flag was thrown.
Mm-hmm. So a first down, negated.
There's the head official, Gino Fell, wearing the white hat tonight here at Dartmouth Stadium.
Wish we could hear him.
Yeah,
lips
yeah,
are moving,
right.
But there's no microphone. They don't wear.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do.
I know.
2nd and 16 for the Indians.
So the Indians in a challenging situation here at 2nd and 16. Ball placed back at their own 30-yard line. So this isn't something that they had to deal with on that first drive. The first drive, it was Plymouth that got the penalties.
Yeah, so first time Dartmouth's been called on the penalty here.
Freitas is in motion. Pass is caught by Marks. It was deflected, but he still managed to catch the ball. It's a gain of in excess of 20 yards and a Dartmouth Indian first down.
That's just ridiculous. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That should have been picked off, and it wasn't. And, you know, credit the Indians here. Look at to stay with quick hands by Marks. He was still reading it despite the deflection. That's unbelievable.
Wow. See head coach Rick White, and he's thinking, oh, yeah, that's just the way we drew it up.
Absolutely. Don't say anything different either.
First and 10 at midfield. Here's Ethan Marks. And Marks is hit behind the line of scrimmage and tackled. Great pursuit that time by the Plymouth North defense. That appeared to be number 17. Is that Joey Moriarty coming in to make that hit?
And Cam Champney was also there, number 69. He also wrapped him up. But absolutely, those plays like that, those are design plays. And that's it. You know, all day long.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you differently.
The thing that's great to see there is that, you know, the Indians completed that pass. They needed 20 yards. They're a running team. Always tough to, you know, when you're in a 2nd and long like that for a team that likes to grind it out and run the ball. It's so hard to pick up those big chunks of yardage, but they did that time.
Well, and I think, you know, if
Ethan Marks got that one, by the way.
If you're coming in as a defense, right, and you know a team is a running team, when they get backed up, you really don't have much of a choice other than to pass the ball because you need big chunks of yardage. So I'm sure, you know, Plymouth North, they were ready for it. They had a man there. It was well covered. Just couldn't grab it for the pick. Oh, movement
And
again.
we got movement. It looks like another offside against Plymouth North.
3rd one.
Tell you, the last time the Indians had the ball, their first possession, they went all the way down the field and, you know, it got a little hairy when they got in the red zone, but back-to-back offsides really helped the Indians in that last 20 yards of that drive.
And now what would have been a 3rd and 8 is going to be 3rd and a long 2. Is there such a thing as half a yard? 2.5 yards?
So makeable the way the Indians have been running the ball.
Sure.
Showing some blitz. Inside handoff, it's Kelly after the fake handoff to Dutra. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Kelly, 42 yards. And the Indians have their 2nd touchdown of the night.
Kelly called his own number. Good time for it. And right through the seam, they were all discombobulated. Look at everybody. The whole line went left. Kelly went straight and to the right. Sold it perfectly and just waved goodbye.
Yeah, that was a great job on the play fake.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like the linebackers came up showing blitz, and then they came up so hard that after Kelly went past them, they were too close to the line of scrimmage. There's a little delay, and he couldn't get height on that. So Oliver Taradash, it looks like it was partially blocked on the extra point. So the Indians will have to settle for the 13-0 lead.
Looked like he lost his footing too, kind of a stutter step. It wasn't a clean stride
Right.
to the ball. And, you know, timing with the kicks are that's everything. I mean, the slightest fraction of a second that it's misplayed, and those plays just completely crumble.
So you take a look at these two seniors here, Ethan Marks and Will Kelly. Even though the Indians came up short last week against Milton, both of them rushed for over 100 yards. And so it's no surprise to see Ethan Marks getting that 1-yard touchdown run with Will Kelly, the senior quarterback, with the fake handoff, getting the 42-yard touchdown run for the 2-touchdown lead. And so far, head coach Rick White, who we also spoke to before the game, happy the way the first quarter is going.
Yeah, for sure. Just 45 seconds left in it, but the defense came up with a good stop. 2 scores by the offense, and Kelly, when you mix in some of the yards he picked up on that first drive, he's already halfway to 100.
Right. And, you know, Rick White, we saw him before the game, but we didn't have a long chance to speak with him. So I figured, let me get one question, and what's the key to the game?
Yeah.
And what did he say? Slow down their...
He said stop their offense because they're a spread offense, and
right.
They are good. So he was complimentary of the Eagles. He's not taking them lightly, that's for sure. No coach would take any opponent lightly. That's why you play the game, right? Anything can happen.
Kickoff by the Indians. And a tackle on special teams. And it appeared to be Marks. And let's see, number 8 carried the ball that time, Dominic Kearney. So it's 1st and 10 now for the Plymouth North Eagles. And they have the ball at the 23-yard line. We'll see what they can do. They've only had 1 possession so far. We really didn't see a lot of ball, in the air action. You know what I mean? It was pretty conservative. They ran it just like the Indians pretty much.
Yeah, a few screen passes. That started to open it up across midfield. They got the decent return last time. This time starting, north of the 25. Hillman there kind of had to redirect and didn't really find a seam. So he tried to come back this way and was wrapped up. So they'll start about almost 10 yards further back than their first drive. They'll have a longer field.
Dallas Murphy with the fake inside handoff. He'll carry around the left side. Tackled by the Dartmouth Indians. Crane, number 8, contributing to the tackle, and it brings up a 2nd down for Plymouth.
Gets him halfway to the line to gain a 5-yard pickup. As the first quarter here winds down, may get one more play, and it looks like the Eagles will as we are under 10 seconds.
We'll see if they snap the ball as the clock continues to wind down. They do. Murphy with the inside handoff. Down to the 35-yard line goes Killian Murphy. Killian Murphy, the ball carrier for Plymouth North, and he got drilled, but he was in first down territory as Will Kelly delivers the hit. First quarter comes to an end, 13-0 Dartmouth. After 1, Paul Santos and Evan Massoud here at Dartmouth Memorial Stadium. Thank you very much for looking in tonight. Those on YouTube Live as well, watching this great high school football action here on Dartmouth Community Media. So your thoughts so far? I mean, I have to say, I have a lot of confidence in the Indians. I think they were a great team. They're playing against this Plymouth North team, but I thought, maybe Plymouth with a spread offense, maybe they'd be airing it out a little bit more. And so far, the Indians seem to have controlled the game.
Yeah, they really have. And again, I think the biggest part of it is scoring first. That's so important in high school sports in particular. Emotions run high. These are high school kids. They're not pro athletes. So, when you're playing with a lead, you're on top of the world. You're playing from behind, you think, oh gosh, here we go, head in the sand. So playing ahead in a game like this after a tough loss in the playoffs, that's a big confidence booster to come out and go the length of the field. So it's up to the Eagles to answer. I have no doubt in my mind that they will at some point. It's going to be a question of, can the Eagles come all the way back, or will Dartmouth sustain and continue to do well on offense as well?
Dallas Murphy with the inside handoff down to about the 40-yard line. He kept it that time. And coming out of the pile to make the stop for the Dartmouth Indians was T.J. Pickering. Glad to see him back in the game as he went off as the injured player a little while back.
Yeah, back out there and right back into the action. Held them to just 2 yards on that carry, so 2nd and 8. And
official timeout on the field.
Conversation going on amongst the officials here down on the field.
And Hillman is, he just shipped Hillman off the field. Didn't see anything occur that would have. No flags were thrown, but Hillman has left the game. Maybe there's an equipment issue. It might be. I think he took his helmet off on the far side there.
Tommy O'Connell checked in as the wide receiver to the near side. A 2nd down and 8. Murphy hands the ball off quickly, and look at the speed on this running back who's forced out of bounds. Number 20, Isaac Uva. And that's enough for a 1st down, gain of almost 20 yards for Plymouth North.
Yeah, Uva down the sideline here. Lots of speed. That's a great carry. And, looking through the binoculars there on the far side, Hillman left. He's got his left knee wrapped. I think the wrapping was coming loose, so it was an equipment thing. So he's back in now, right on this near side, right along the Dartmouth, bottom of your screen on the Dartmouth sideline.
1st and 10, 3 wideouts now for Plymouth North. In the defensive backfield, the quarterback, Dallas Murphy, is tackled.
Penalty marker on the play.
There is a flag down. And it is a holding penalty against Plymouth North, as indicated by Gino Fell, the referee. More penalties for Plymouth. They're hurting themselves both offensively and defensively.
That's a spot foul, so looks like it was right around the line of scrimmage, so that's going to back them up good 10 yards. I rephrase that. It is a 10-yard penalty, but it'll be 10 yards behind the play. And actually it happened, it looks like it was, right at the line. So that's what I'm saying. So now you're looking at 1st and 20, right back where your last snap was before the 1st down.
So Plymouth North digging themselves a little bit of a hole here. They need to respond down 2 scores. The Indians scoring on both of their possessions, and Plymouth had one in the middle that they ended up turning the ball on downs after getting into the red zone. 1st and 20, Dallas Murphy. We'll see if he puts the ball up. And he does. There's the throw. It's caught at the 50-yard line. And the receiver is pushed out of bounds. That's number 17, Joey Moriarty, on the reception for Plymouth North. Nice execution there by Murphy and Moriarty.
Yeah, that's just what the doctor ordered for the Eagles. They picked up the penalty yards and then an extra one as well. So now 2nd and 9. They've erased the hold, and they can work on picking up these final 9 on 2 plays. Should be pretty manageable.
Graham White pushing him out of bounds for Dartmouth on that play. 2nd and 9, Plymouth. Right up the gut it goes. Making the tackle for Dartmouth was Devin Wilson. Carrying the ball was Isaac Uva.
Uva.
Oh, if Jim Thompson was here, shout out to Jim if you catch any of this playback. But the numerals on top of the white, what is that, like light gray on top of white?
I'm going to say silver because it's got a sheen, so it makes it even more challenging. Look at this, hurdling over his own player.
Yeah, that's a good run right there by the running back for Plymouth North, and coming out of the pile there. Oh, that's the quarterback.
That's the QB.
He never ended it off, Dallas Murphy. But yeah, look at that, light silver on white.
Yeah, well, you're not having too much of a problem because I broke out the binoculars to see the far side, and you already had the receiver before I located him. So.
Well, a tip to our crack staff in the truck, because they've been getting some close-ups, and I've been peeking into the monitor, so keep that coming. Keep those close-ups coming as Plymouth North is in the red zone at 1st and 10 at about the 21. Big possession here for Plymouth North, goes without saying, down 2.
Yeah, from the 30.
Dallas Murphy hands it off. That's Uver again. Isaac, the junior, with a gain of about 5 up the gut.
It's a good carry. And, he's been a nice change for the Eagles because and he was one of the 3 returners that we were told to watch for, so we know he's got speed. He's a junior running back. Hillman, the senior captain. So they're kind of splitting some time.
2nd and 5, the Eagles. Knocking on the door. Inside run, that's Uva. Uva with a lot of breaking of tackles. Eventually brought down by Ethan Marks, but deep in the secondary, and that's going to be another Plymouth North 1st down as they're getting closer and closer to the end zone.
Yeah, that's a hard-fought pick up there. Redirecting, got a good block, found the open seam, another block up the field. That's a good scamper right there.
Will Chow also contributing to that tackle. So here's Murphy. Once again, the handoff to Uva. Uva spins away from one would-be tackler. Eventually thrown down hard, but
Penalty marker on the play.
there is a penalty marker down in the defensive secondary. That's Baron Dutra, the outside linebacker, tossing the runner down, but it is going to be a holding penalty against the offense again.
Offensive holding, I'll tell you, at this point, Plymouth North is racking up lots of yards.
Four, I think.
At least 40 yards of penalties here between the two holds and the multiple offsides that we've seen here. They're racking them up, and that's, you don't want to be playing behind the sticks. You want to be having forward progress up the field, and it's not helping Plymouth North, that's for sure.
Ball is on the 19.
First and about 15 for Plymouth North now. The Eagles have been their own worst enemy so far, not only giving up a couple of offside penalties, which helped the Indians get into the end zone the first time. When they've had the ball, they've hurt themselves with a couple of holding penalties.
Well, they'll stay in the red zone, but it'll be 1st and 15 now rather than 1st and 10. We'll replay the down after the hold.
Here's the quarterback dropping back, throws, and it is complete, but it's going to be minimal gain to number 2. You see him there, Wesley Hillman, the senior wide receiver on the reception for Plymouth North.
Graham White on the coverage.
Yeah, that was a good catch because Hillman had to spin for it, and he had pressure there. He knew it, and so he was hoping to get by. He couldn't, so, like on his first return, stepped out of bounds, reset here. They got their penalty, got 5 yards of the penalty back, so now 2nd and 10.
Inside handoff by Dallas Murphy, and the running back is just drilled as Uva takes a nice hit by Dartmouth's number 10, and that is Maddox Dupree.
Yeah, jumped the line. That was a good read right there. Wrapped him up early right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 10. And, we already saw the Eagles go for it on 4th down at about the 40-yard line. So this is, you can rest assured, they're going to go for it here on 4th down. This is 4-down territory, so they'll have 2 more plays.
It's good to see there Maddox Dupree, just as a sophomore, getting some playing time, and he made his presence felt there with a nice play from his defensive back position.
Yeah, listed as one of the backup quarterbacks, but for defense, a defensive back, and as well as we have a timeout on the field.
Plymouth North looking to think about this. I think that's a great timeout right there because this is a must score. Well, you say must score. I mean, it's 7 minutes to go in the second quarter, but it almost is a must score. I mean, you can't go down more than 2 touchdowns. You got to get in the end zone here, especially the way things have been going, especially where you shot yourself in the foot a couple times.
No, agreed. And, they're in a good spot here. And truthfully, I'm wondering if we're going to see one of those design plays, right?
Trick plays?
I mean, this like a legitimately designed play here, right? So they're at the 15. 10. You need 10 yards for a first down, but you're only 15 yards away from the end zone. Honestly, I think this is the time you take a shot. What do you got to lose at this point? You know what I mean? 'Cause otherwise, if you don't make it, you're going down to the 4th down play anyway, and you don't want that to be the pressure play. I don't know. I think they should go for it here.
And if you have, an ability to throw the ball in your arsenal anyway, and we haven't really seen it a lot. We've seen, some short passes here and there, some medium passes, but we haven't seen, the whole ball of wax, I don't think.
No, and the screen passes were working pretty well on that first drive, like I said earlier, kind of around midfield, right before the loss of yardage on that great play when the Indians were blitzing. So we're talking the Eagles' first drive here. So, I would almost go back to one of those, quite frankly. You might get close to the line to gain. You might have somebody sneak through and, off to the races. It's a short field.
So here we go, 3rd down and 10. We'll see what Plymouth North comes up with here. The Eagles trailing by 13.
Spreading it out, 3 wide receivers left and Hillman to the right.
Dallas Murphy getting ready to call signals. Indians moving up on the line. Murphy throwing it down the middle. It bounces in the air. And was it caught? No, it's intercepted by Dylan Gomes. Do they say he has it? No, he trapped it according to the back judge. Oh,
Wow.
Dylan Gomes was trying to say to the officials that he had his hands under the ball. We'll see.
Well, it was almost picked by, we'll see it here on the replay, it was almost picked up front by one of the other Indians crossing right there. That's number 8, and then almost picked off in the back
Peter
by
Crane.
Gomes, but Crane almost had it first.
Patrick Crane, excuse me.
So they took their shot. And, they faked it. I knew they were going to go to Hillman. They faked the 3 guys left, and then they went to Hillman, and it was really not a good pass. One of the bad passes for Murphy, few and far between early on here.
So here we go, 4th down, 4-down territory. Pass, caught. And it is caught at the 3-yard line. Let's see, did they say it was a reception? It was Wesley Hillman.
Ooh.
Wesley Hillman's got the ball.
They said incomplete.
And it is incomplete. They say he was out of bounds. Let's take a look. His feet look like they were in bounds.
They were in bounds. Sure looked like that was caught in bounds.
He went straight up and right down.
Oh, no. He landed on his left leg, his left foot, and then went down and left knee hit out of bounds before the right foot came down. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the ISO.
So you only need 1 foot.
But it is only 1, though, right? So,
So first
Wow.
and 10 now for the Indians. The Indians will take it, and here's Will Kelly. Will Kelly carrying that ball up past the 20-yard line, down to about the 21. That's a 16-yard gain for Kelly. And how's that for an answer? He's calling signals with the goalpost right behind him, and next thing you know, they're up to the 20-yard line.
seriously. Well, to be honest with you, the Indians are lucky they have the ball right now because that should have been a catch, at least in my eyes. But, hey, no replay, only for us in the booth.
Yes.
No replay on the field in high school, and that's how it goes. So Dartmouth with it. Fresh set of downs here as they've gotten out of the hole.
There's Kelly. Fake handoff to the inside, and he'll hang on to it. If you can't stop it, keep doing it.
How about that run from Kelly?
Down
That's
to the
ridiculous.
36. That's another 15-yard gain for the Dartmouth Indians senior quarterback, Will Kelly.
He's going to have 100 yards before we get out of the half. That was a great run.
They have to respect Ethan Marks to the inside, and he is just so deceptive with the way he hands that ball off.
Gallagher was on the tackle.
So another 1st and 10. Indians with successive first downs here on their 3rd drive. This time Marks does get the ball. Puts his head down. Gets that hard yardage to the inside for Dartmouth.
If only it was that easy, right? Get the ball and zoom, there's 6 yards. That was a good run right up the middle. And, I mean, even 6 is a lot. Even 3 or 4 in that situation would be good because you got 3 plays for every down, 3 to 4 yards every play, and you're moving those sticks. But in this case, makes it easier. 2nd down and about 4 or 5, kind of in between.
It feels like these yards are coming easily as Ethan Marks gets down to about the 45-yard line. That's a gain of about, let's see, I'm going to add that 7, about 13.
Yeah, Eagles can't stop the run right now. They can't. I mean, the Indians are spreading out. They're going left, right, up the gut. They're going all over the field, and the Eagles do not have an answer for it. They're already on their side of the field.
1 first down after another. And Kelly fakes the inside handoff and turns on the Jets. Down to the 25, the 20. He's still going. He is going to be gone. Touchdown, 45 yards, Will Kelly.
Holy cow.
Will Kelly.
It's the Kelly Show here tonight. Mondays are the Paul Santos Show.
Oh, glad you remembered that.
Fridays, or in this case, Thursdays. It's the Will Kelly Show.
Oliver Taradash getting ready for the extra point for Dartmouth.
Taradash to attempt the extra point.
He's 1 for 2 so far on the night. And last one, as was pointed out here by my partner Evan, he kind of stutter stepped. Oh, again, there was a little bit of a problem on the hold, and the ball was blocked. Will Kelly is the holder, but yeah, the last couple times, not good execution. The Indians are going to have to settle for this 19-0 lead. Yeah, just not smooth on the snap, but here's the touchdown.
I got nervous, too, on the touchdown because it was a high snap, and it looked like the handoff was going to come late, and then I should have known Kelly was going to keep it. Right up the field, I mean, goodness gracious. Almost uncontested.
Yeah, and it's almost predictable because it's either Kelly's going to take it around the side or Ethan Marks is going to go up the middle.
Right.
I mean, and each one of them Both of them are working, so why would you try anything else? Just keep doing it.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Indians offensively here look great. The defense has gotten lucky. And as you said, the Eagles, too, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. You got to play mistake-free football if you want to win a game. And there's been, way more mistakes for Plymouth North than for Dartmouth so far. So the Indians have taken advantage of it.
Indians will be getting ready to kick off now. And it is Louis Freitas.
Louis Freitas to kick off for the Indians.
He is also a sophomore. He'll be getting ready to kick the ball off as Plymouth will get their third possession of the night. Comfortable night here at Dartmouth Memorial Stadium. Temperature about 47 degrees at kickoff time. And the ball is taken in the end zone. Appears to be Wesley Hillman. Appears to be. It is.
You're lying, Paul.
No, that's him, isn't it? That was
No, not talking about the play call.
Oh.
You got here and said this is a cold 50 degrees, and then you just said it's comfortable in the 40s. What's going on?
Well, you know why?
Because we're inside.
We're in the booth now. Yeah, it does feel like a cold 47 or 50. Yeah, it does for some reason. You know why? Because it's been so warm,
I know. We've been very lucky.
See, when it's January and it's like in the teens and then it goes to 45, then you go,
See, in January when we're doing hockey at the arenas, I go outside to warm up. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's see what Plymouth can do this time. They've really had a hard time. They've been their own worst enemy in the game so far with penalties. And the senior Dallas Murphy brings them out for Plymouth, and he's going to throw on first down, going for the screen. That ball bounced right in front of him. And are they saying it's a complete pass? It wasn't a lateral. It was a forward pass as far as I could tell.
It was forward, but that hit the ground.
Wesley Hillman on the reception.
We'll see it again here. Falling fast. Ooh, no, it was
I
a
don't
good
know.
scoop. All right.
That's the old Edelman play there.
I stand corrected. Good scoop there by Hillman. Optical illusion for sure. A good pickup of about 4 yards before getting tackled after the pass.
Second down and 6. See what they draw up here, see if they do anything different on this drive. This time he's dropping back in the pocket. Little screen over the middle, but too much traffic. Putting his head down to contribute to the tackle now. Josh Miller for Dartmouth, but looks like Daniel Martin was the first guy in there before that.
That went to Uva, and he just came out of the pile barking at one of the Indians.
Parker Souza they had before, too. Yeah, the Indians, it was like 3 of them there, right on the screen as they read that well.
Yeah, I don't know if he was complaining about the tackle afterwards, but he played to the whistle. I didn't hear a whistle until everybody had already come in, so.
Third down and 7. Once again, Dallas Murphy dropping back into the shotgun. He's got 3 wideouts to the near side. Pass is complete to Wesley Hillman, who seemed to be wide open. Spun away from Dutra. And he's going to be in first down territory. It's a first down for Plymouth North. They seem to concede the area in front just a little bit too much, and they took advantage of it.
Yeah, that's one of the one rare situations we've seen here. Well, there was contact there on. That could have gone as a penalty.
So it's a first down, something that Plymouth North definitely needed. 2:44 to go in the half, down by nearly 3 touchdowns. We'll see if those extra points come back to haunt the Indians. Many times they do. Again, they try to carry directly over the offensive line, but a number of tacklers in there like Parker Souza, like Josh Miller again. And Dallas Murphy right back at it. A little bit of a hurry up here with 2:25 to go in the half.
Well, I think they're sensing they need a score here. Yes, they're going to get the ball to start the third, to start the second half, but they really need some points here, and I think it's going to have to come in the form of a touchdown because.
Here comes Murphy. It's down to about the 45. Oh, man, that's
short of the first.
Short by about a yard.
To finish the thought as we'll look at the replays, when we spoke to Coach Whidden, he says we rarely kick an extra point. We don't kick. So I wouldn't be looking for a field goal here. The Eagles are going to have to get it in the end zone in these final 2+ minutes.
43-yard line.
2:07 to go in the half. Third down and about 2 to go for Plymouth North. Again, a wide out to the near side, 3 to the left side. There is one running back. Next to Dallas Murphy. Murphy keeps.
Murphy on a keep.
Went to the weak side, and he is moving down to the 40, the 30, out of bounds, and a big first down. Wow, that was a huge gain of about 25 yards for the quarterback of Plymouth North.
That's a good run. That's something that they needed, a big play on offense. Helped a little bit. It looked like White was kind of being held in the back down the field, but by that point, already out of bounds was Murphy, so it didn't matter too much. That's a good play. That gets him on Dartmouth's side of the field.
Still enough time, too. 1:56 to go in the half. You have time to get into the end zone here. And that would be big if they could just get a score, especially with Dartmouth did not get those extra points. I mean, if they could get it to 6 or 7 here before the half, now you're back in it.
Yeah, for sure. You pick up 25 yards on one play. Now the end zone feels doable. Eagles only used one timeout in the half, so they do have the ability to stop the clock. Oh, they used 2, excuse me. They used 1, yeah, so they have 2 left.
Dallas Murphy out of the shotgun, as he has been most of the night. Murphy tosses over the middle, and it was almost intercepted. Oh, it was almost intercepted twice. First, in and out of the hands of Maddox Dupree. And there you see him there. Almost had the pick.
Look, he redirected. He turned into a receiver. He was coming forward. Actually, that was 18. That was William Chow. Wow.
2nd down and 10. Inside handoff. Look at the run there, down to the 15-yard line. Second effort by Isaac Uva, the junior running back, who's been a real workhorse tonight here for the Plymouth North Eagles.
I'm impressed by Uva. He's really had some good runs here, some hard-fought runs. No huddle.
Here we go. And we have a procedure penalty, I believe, against the offense. If that is the case. No, they got a quick timeout. Quick timeout. I was going to say, because I'll tell you, if that's another penalty against Plymouth, the coach is going to be pulling out his hair because the penalties have really hurt them.
Yeah,
quick timeout. That was by Plymouth. Dartmouth gets the timeout. That's probably a smart play there because it looked like they were going to do a quick run. Too many men on the field, so he called timeout before they got penalized.
No, that's good. And, that's what happens with no huddles. You don't have the ability to make smooth personnel changes. So,
so Rick White, he's been a coach for a long time, a lot of experience. He saw what they were trying to pull there and immediately got the timeout.
Good time to talk to because the Eagles now have strung a few plays together for positive yardage. And, they're in the red zone. Obviously, if you're Dartmouth, you want to go into the half with the score the way it is. You don't want to give up any points here at the end of it. So it gives you the chance to, rally the troops as well.
Coach White talking to Ethan Marks there, you see, and Will Kelly and Graham White trying to organize things. And perhaps this may work out in favor of Dartmouth. It almost feels like the momentum was building there for Plymouth on this drive, and calling this timeout feels like it slowed him down a little bit.
Sure. 91 seconds. Eagles hungry for a touchdown. We'll see if they can land one.
They need it, that's for sure. 1:31 to go here in the half. Dallas Murphy, senior quarterback, running the offense here. It's going to be Uva. Uva carries down deep into Dartmouth Indian territory. Goes out of bounds, very close to the goal line. I would say, maybe 3-yard line, Evan, I would say?
I think so, yeah. You're looking at 1st and goal from the 2 or 3.
Got some speed.
Actually, I think the 2. He kind of spun forward, so.
He's got some speed, that Uva.
He really does. We're going to call him Uva the Hoover. Sucks up yards.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Seriously, I mean, that's a compliment. I'm impressed. Kid is really, because they were going to the air a lot in the first drive. They didn't run the ball a lot, so we didn't see him much in that first quarter. But, the ground game working for the Eagles, maybe they found something here.
There he goes.
There you go.
And is he in? Touchdown. Uva into the end zone for paid dirt. Gets it from the 3-yard line, and Plymouth North is on the board.
Eagles needed that big time, and they relied heavily on on Uva in that drive. There were a few pass plays, but Uva and then the QB keeper by Murphy, I think that was really your turning point in that drive, the 25-yard pickup to get into Dartmouth territory. So points for the Eagles. They're going to go for 2. We heard that from Coach early, so I don't expect them to kick. They're going to go to try to make it 19-8.
Interesting to see how this works out.
Not to go for 2 points.
Clearly with Dartmouth missing those extra points. Later on in the game, this could prove interesting, these 2-point conversions and extra point conversions.
I'd go right to Uva. Seriously. Let's see what they do.
He's going to keep it. Dallas Murphy is in for 2. And it's 19-8.
Point conversion.
So the fake handoff to Uva got the linebackers to think twice.
It is the Dartmouth
And the quarterback Murphy hangs on to it and goes in for 2.
Sold it just well enough that the line collapsed one direction, and it opened up room for Murphy right there. He snuck right by Baron Dutra, who was leaning one way already. Did his darndest, but couldn't get there. So, hey, 19-8, got ourselves a game here, and the Indians have scored rather quickly on their last drive. So, minute 17 isn't too little time to come back down the field as well. So we'll see if Dartmouth has something in the offense.
Well, you know, I was thinking the same thing. I was kind of looking at the clock. We do that in the NFL all the time, right? It's like,
yeah.
Who's the last one to have the ball, right? Like, if you give them too much time, that's a problem. Now, you look at 117, you think, well, the Indians are a running team, so 117 isn't a lot. But the way they run the ball, getting 6, 7, 8, 15, 20 yards sometimes on runs, at 117, the Indians can easily come down the field with what we've seen so far.
Sure can. Will be indicative, I think, on the return here. If Dartmouth gets themselves a good 30-plus yard return, they're already at midfield at that point. That would really change things. If the return doesn't go well and you're all the way back at the 20, maybe you test some stuff and maybe go with the air or something. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Keegan Carr getting ready to kick it off here for Plymouth North. Ethan Marks back there deep for the Dartmouth Indians, and here we go. Little squib kick, and it is tackled here at the 36-yard line. I'm not too sure about that strategy. That was covered, by the way, on special teams by Jason Martin. But look at the field position that Dartmouth has. I mean, you don't want him to run it back, but you don't want to give it to him right there either, right?
I was just going to say, no need for a return. They got the ball practically at the 40. So, no, I don't understand that strategy either. I think that may have been a mistake to go and do that, because now you have the Indians just over 60 yards away from the end zone. I mean, sure, anything can happen on a return, but, you know, defensively, anything can happen on a return as well.
So now we have a timeout on the field. Let's see. Plymouth is taking a timeout. Probably a good idea. But, yeah, you know, I'm thinking to myself, and you see Coach Witten over there calling his players over, but I was thinking to myself from the Dartmouth point of view, wow, this is fine. We'll take this. We'll take this ball where they gave it to us on the squib kick.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like an early Christmas present. You know?
Right. I mean, between the way Kelly and Marks have been running the ball, and even, you know, I know they kind of muff the extra points there, but they have a kicking game. The Indians have a kicking game. If they got it down close enough, they could kick it even too to get a 3-point situation. So, I don't know. I think this 117 or 115 is enough time for the Indians to have a shot to get some score over here. Get some points.
Well, it has been a strong half for Dartmouth, that's for sure. You know, it was good to see the Eagles. They corrected some mistakes on that last drive and were able to find the end zone. They, you know, heavily penalized in their first couple drives, and Dartmouth took full advantage of it. But that time, Eagles offense looked to be in rhythm on their third drive there. So, again, a minute 15 is very doable, particularly from this part of the field. So, could be a fun final 75 seconds here. We'll see what happens.
1st and 10, the Dartmouth Indians. High snap. Inside handoff, it's Marks. Marks with a second effort. He'll gain about 8 past the 40 down to about the 43. And how about that power running there by Marks?
You keep pumping those legs, good things will happen. And it looked like he was going to be wrapped up and stopped before the 40-yard line. He ended up all the way to the 43, and it's 2nd and 3. Clock rolling.
Man in motion that time for the Indians. That's Louis Freitas. Will Kelly will keep to the 50. Out of bounds at the enemy 45 to stop the clock with 39 seconds left in the half. Smart play there by the quarterback, Kelly, as he gets the first down and stops the clock.
Well, they sent Burgo in motion from the outside here, and then Kelly kind of almost ran into the pile and redirected himself outside. It was a real significant cutback, and it paid off.
Indians showing 4 wideouts. Kelly looking to pass. Throws it to the right. Caught that time by Dutra. And Dutra, reception that time by Jalen Adams. Jalen Adams, the sophomore wide receiver, getting a reception here for the Indians as they seem to be mixing in some different players here tonight, but they're doing the job. And there he is, number 17, just a sophomore, Jalen Adams.
Well, the only negative with that play is that he did not get out of bounds, so the Indians had to burn a timeout. He fell down inbounds, maybe a yard shy of the boundary, caught it, and then got tackles from behind. That's a great tackle to keep him in bounds. So Dartmouth using the timeout, stops the clock at 25. They're inside 40 yards.
Ball is at about the 39-yard line as you get a look at the Dartmouth coaching staff, led by veteran head coach Rick White, assisted by Mike Martin, Peter Rossi, Sam Madden, Justin Zexter, Peter Crane, Chris Tulson, Adam Desjardins, and Matt Boparlin. Great staff under the direction of head coach Rick White. 3 times to the Super Bowl, a couple of championships, and it's one of the few players and coaches that can say that they won a Super Bowl as both a player and a coach.
No, that's great. It's great.
That's pretty good.
It's a great accolade and to have. Clock reset to 32 seconds, not 25. Couple extra ticks.
Kelly throws it down the field, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by Plymouth North, and this is turning into a big return for Plymouth North, and out of bounds at the 34-yard line, and there was a late hit. Flags on a play. And that was a big turnover right there as the ball was run back there by, was that Jalen? No.
That was Hillman.
Wesley Hillman on the interception.
You know, this is right. We said this earlier. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. I get that there's only 32 seconds left, but I don't know why we're throwing in this situation. You're up 19-8. The other team's getting the ball. I would have run it.
Dutra was the intended receiver, and when they do throw it, he's one of the players that is targeted by Will Kelly. But yeah, you know, there's 19 seconds left now. There was probably like 25 at the time. So you're thinking, well, yeah, if you can run it, maybe try to get out of bounds. Maybe 1 timeout left, I think they had. And now there's a penalty being called here against Plymouth.
Yeah,
personal foul for what happened down here on the sideline. You could hear the crowd go, oh, after the late hit.
Yeah, very late hit.
Very late. But yeah, that was a great play there by Wesley Hillman, the defensive back. He's played on both offense and defense tonight, 2 ways, as many of the high school players do. And he was just back there like a center fielder and outreached. Looks like he had a height advantage over Dutra. And reached up and intercepted it.
Well, it looked like, you know, the Indians sent 2 players down the field, and upon making contact, eye contact, Hillman came back. He let the other receiver go downfield. He knew they wouldn't get there, and he cut back, and that's what set him up perfectly.
Here's the screen to the outside. And out of bounds goes the receiver on that play. That was collected there by Joey Moriarty.
He actually lost the ball, too. It was out of bounds, but the ball came loose there right at the end of the play. It went out of the field to play instead of in the field.
Down to 10 seconds to go here in the half. I'll tell you, this is a very dangerous situation for the Indians. They've controlled the whole first half. They were up by 3 scores not that long ago. And Plymouth got on the board, and now the turnover. I was thinking in the back of my mind, I didn't say it, but I was thinking in the back of my mind, anything but a turnover would be perfectly fine.
Right.
1st and 10. Let's see what they draw up with 10 seconds left. Does he go deep? Or does he go to a screen? He goes to a screen to the near side. Hey, a nice tackle there by the Indians. How about that? Dutra, there he is, number 13. Big tackle there as time goes down to 3 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, I think Plymouth with their final timeout called as Coach Whidden comes on the field.
On the tackle.
So they will get one more play out of it. So that's, the negative with the quick tackle is that there's some time left on the clock. But that's what you want to do, of course. Wrap them up right away.
It will be 2nd and 10.
Well read. That really was a great tackle by Dutra.
Wesley Hillman on the reception. And we get a look at Coach Chris Whidden, 3 years as the head coach of Plymouth North. And it was kind of funny. We said, how long have you been coaching? He says, well, 3 seasons. Because you had to figure out, well, this season started here and this one ended there. And, like you were saying, we played, I was just thinking, I was here in March, too, calling a Dartmouth High School football game when Jim Thompson was in Florida. I was thinking, that was last season, but it was still in 2021. So it's kind of hard to refigure. The last couple of years has been like a big blur, I think.
It was strange. I'll tell you, it was great to have football back after not playing in the fall, but it was certainly really strange.
So here we go, 3 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Might be looking at some kind of a Hail Mary type thing here if he can reach the end zone. He's trying to set himself up, and there he goes. He throws it up there. It's a Hail Mary, and it's batted away by the Indians.
Murphy's pass.
Looks like, is that Marks that got in there?
I think so.
I think it was. Ethan Marks and Will Kelly were back there, but he really laid into this one, and he got it up in the air for about 45 yards.
Yeah, that was great coverage down the field. It was number 1, actually, who swatted out. It's Gomes who got the hand on it and batted it away. So, hey, the Indians tested here a wild final 2 minutes.
Section operating underneath. We're good.
So at the end of the first half, it's Dartmouth 19 and Plymouth 8, scoring in the first half. A 1-yard touchdown run by Ethan Marks, followed by a 42-yard run by Will Kelly, a 45-yard run by Will Kelly, 19-0 lead. Kind of comfortable there. Things are feeling pretty good. Maybe a couple extra points didn't work. We got one by Tara Dash, and the other 2 not successful. But then all of a sudden, Uva finishes up a great drive by Plymouth. 3-yard touchdown run, make it 19-8, plus the 2-point conversion by Dallas Murphy. And then when the Indians were coming back the other way, the big interception by number 1, Wesley Hillman. And I'll tell you, if the Plymouth North Eagles had about 1 more minute on the clock, this might be a 1-score game.
Yeah, the pick is really what made it interesting because this really, the Indians should have been going into the half pretty undramatically, right? No major drama or anything, but the pick is what changed it up a bit, and it was a long final, 30 seconds or so here. It got hairy for a couple minutes there, but Dartmouth escapes. Now you'll have Plymouth North, they'll get the ball to start the third quarter, so their offense is going to be right back out there. It'll be interesting to see what the Indians' defense does now, how they can attack the run, because Uva was very impressive in the second quarter.
All right, as we said, at the end of the first half, it's 19-8. The Indians lead the Eagles. I just want you to circle a date on the calendar. Okay, circle a date on the calendar because Evan Massoud is going to be performing his great musical talent. But I'm going to tell you where it's going to be. Yeah, we're going to tell you at the start of the second half. It's going to be a cliffhanger. He's going to be making an appearance on November 29th at a location that you're going to want to see this. Okay, you're going to want to see this. Circle on the calendar. November 29th, we're going to tell you all about it at the very beginning of the second half. 19-8, we'll be back in a moment right here on Dartmouth Community Media. 19-8 Dartmouth as we start the second half. Paul Santos and Evan Massoud at Dartmouth Memorial Stadium. So Evan Massoud is going to be a guest on the Paul Santos live show on November the 29th, 7 to 8, live at the Pub 65. That's where we've been broadcasting from, live on Facebook, on New Bedford Guide and Fall River Reporter. And I know Evan's really looking forward to this appearance, because we have so much fun on our show. It's a little zany. Last time you had to come virtually, the pandemic and everything. This time, live and in person. That's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, I am too. I know. I still because we finished, the virtual thing, and that was a lot of fun. And I remember you saying, look, we got to have you come back when we start doing this in person, and I would love to. So I'm glad that you asked, and I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Well, Evan, you hear him here broadcasting games, and for those folks in Fall River, get to hear him all the time announcing games on. Do they still call it Fred TV, Fall River Education
it sure
Television?
is.
Yeah, good old Fred TV. Well, anyway, he has this other thing that he does. He doesn't just announce games and show his broadcasting skills. He is a talented singer, musician, piano player.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Excellent job. Now, you play just the piano or you play other instruments too?
Just the piano right now.
Okay.
I did try dabbling with the guitar, and I kind of have put that aside. Unfortunately, it's more about time than anything.
Right, but
singing, I'd like to at some point. Yeah.
The singing is very good, and I can tell you enjoy it, and you've been doing it your whole life, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Long time.
Your parents will say, "Oh, this kid, he was 5 years old, and he thought he was, the next second coming of the Beebs or something like that." Is that how it went?
The Beebs wasn't even alive.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm not. So no, I've been singing probably since forever, but the piano stuff came later, that was something I took lessons for and whatnot. That started about when I was maybe 9 or 10.
Right. Well, music brings a lot of joy to people, and, I could tell you enjoy it. You're very good at it. And, hey, you come on the show, we do a lot of comedy music together, so we're always trying to bring good feelings out there. We always say it's the talented, interesting, and entertaining from the area. Now, are you talented, interesting, and entertaining?
Well, now you're going to have me on twice, so,
Check all three boxes. Check all three, baby. It's
I'm not going to
trifecta.
If I'm coming back for a return, I have to think I did something right.
It's a trifecta, baby. I'll tell you.
Man,
no, it'll be a lot of fun. We're bringing back kind of like a local version of a late night show type thing. So check us out every Monday night, 7 to 8 on your Bedford Guide, Fall River Reporter, as we get a look at Rick White. I think Rick White bumped into our show one night, and I was thinking, what is Santos up to? So Monday nights on your Bedford Guide, Fall River Reporter live, and then, of course, it's always there as a post. You can always look at it after, which is what most people do. But we have just a lot of fun, and my sidekick, an assistant, and is a great singer in his own right, Chops Turner. He's a fun guy, I'll tell you, and he's a talented singer.
I know. I can't wait to meet Chops in person. That's for sure. No, seriously.
Yeah, he's a great friend, and he's excellent at what he does. All right, so here we go. Second half, Plymouth gets the ball, and really an opportunity for them to really make it interesting as the ball is kicked off by the Indians. Collected here at about the 25-yard line. Spinning down for about a 6 or 7 yard return is the special teams player, and that is number 8, I believe, Dominic Kearney.
Yeah, one of the 3 returners that Coach Whitten said would be back deep to get the kicks and the punts. So that's a decent return.
32-yard line.
Inside 30.
And that was Louis Freitas that kicked the ball off for Dartmouth. So 1st and 10 here for Plymouth. We'll see what happens. The Indians had a 19-0 lead. Plymouth North getting that late score and 2-point conversion, followed by an interception and a chance to get another score, but ran out of time. And now here's an opportunity, a little bit of a lift right there before the half. Let's see if the Dartmouth defense can rise to the occasion.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the Indians can do defensively because the running game proved to be very effective for the Eagles, who passed a lot in that first half. But again, down the stretch, they were running the ball quite a bit.
Brought down by Dan Martin.
That was Murphy on that carry that time, the quarterback. Dan Martin making the tackle for the Indians. That's a gain of 5. Second down and 5 now for Murphy and the
Ball is on the 38-yard line.
Plymouth North Eagle offense. Good pickup there. Anytime you can get 5 on first down, it gives you an opportunity to do so much.
We're on the carry.
That is Uva, who's done a majority of the ball carrying here for Plymouth, but really didn't get a lot that time.
Wilson on the
No, about
Wilson on the tackle, 3rd and 3.
about 3 yards. Brings it to a second and a little more. Second and 2 or a little more than 2. Excuse me, 3rd down, my bad. 3rd down and a little more than 2. So, hey, you know, that's a short gain, and we've seen some of these short pickups pretty consistently for the Eagles as well. It was, you know, when they got backed up because of penalties, that's what was really hurting them in that first half. The drive that they scored on, they didn't get penalized, and they stayed in front of the sticks. It showed there's a big difference there from playing from behind versus the forward progress, which we talked about earlier.
That was Murphy carrying the ball for Plymouth North, the senior quarterback. See where the bald spot is. It's going to be close to a first down, but I think they're, well, looks like, are they giving it to him? Yes, first down.
I'm not sure why they're giving it to him. He was taken down.
first down.
The replay showed he was down at least a yard behind.
So
I don't think that's not a good spot.
That's a very favorable spot for Plymouth, and the ball's at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, and I think Ricky White did not agree with that as he
I don't
walks
agree
toward
with
the
it.
sideline shaking his head.
I mean, that was, goodness gracious.
First down anyway for Plymouth. And they really needed that one because that was a very borderline pickup on a first down. They just barely got 10 yards on 3 carries.
Well, they got 9. The official gave him the 10th.
Yeah, there's a tackle by Crane. Ball carried by Dallas Murphy. Crane looked like he might have been shaken up for a moment, but he's up. And really a minimal gain again, 2nd and 2. I'm not really too impressed with the way Plymouth has moved the ball here early on in the second half after that lift, getting that late score in the first half.
Well, and you know, what I'm crediting is the Dartmouth defense. So obviously they got a good look at it, that sustained drive, some big plays to end the half, and so now they came out, Coach White, they've made some adjustments, and they're reading things differently. I'm sure, you know, you get 15 minutes to talk in the middle of a game.
Handoff by Dallas Murphy. Is that Uva? Carries past the 50, down to the enemy 48. Still not enough for a first down, so 2 consecutive 3rd and shorts coming up here for Plymouth.
Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 49 as we take a look at it again. But another good run for him. This time the Eagles got some blocking, so that was the key there for Uva to get outside. Or Uva, excuse me. There's no R this time, so we can actually do the Uva.
Yes.
Sound like we're from Massachusetts, you know.
3rd down and 2 for Dallas Murphy. See if Plymouth can pick up 2 successive first downs in their first drive of the second half, needing a score. Uva bounces it to the outside, picks up some speed down to the 40, down to the 35. Huge gain that time, a 15-yard gain. And a big first down that time for Plymouth North.
Devin Wilson almost had him wrapped up behind the line right there, and he skipped through and turned it into a first down and then some. So kind of a lucky break. He shook him off and was able to put the pedal down. That's a big pickup for the Eagles.
Will Chow contributing to taking down the runner, but still a big first down there for Plymouth North. And they have the ball in enemy territory down at the 34-yard line of Dartmouth. Big first down there that time by Plymouth North as they're putting the pressure here on the Indians. Indians once led 19-zip. Plymouth North can get back into the end zone. Is going to make it very interesting as we proceed through the second half. Dallas Murphy, screen to the outside. Did he catch it? I don't know if he, I believe he did not catch it. Intended receiver that time was Wesley Hillman. You see him right there. The ball just not very well thrown that time by Murphy.
No, low pass. And, you know, he had time. It's not like he was rushed on it. Again, you try to mix it up, right? Offensively, you don't want to give the same look constantly. But the running game was working here. You just picked up 15 yards. I guess on first down, not a bad time to try something in the air just to give the defense something different to think about. But now you're looking at 2nd and 10.
Spread them out again with 3 wideouts. Murphy inside. There goes Uva. Puts his head down. Nice open field tackle by Ethan Marks on the defensive side of the ball for Dartmouth.
Yeah, that was a good carry. Good tackle as well, but a good carry that's going to cut the deficit almost in half. There's a good seam there, but that's a great wrap-up on the tail end of it.
6 for Plymouth North.
So 3rd down and 6 now for Plymouth North. 7:35 to go here in quarter number 3. 2 touchdown runs by Will Kelly, one of 42 yards, one of 45 yards in the first half, and a 1-yard run by Ethan Marks. Counts for the 3 Indian scores. Hoover, a 3-yard run, followed by Dallas Murphy, 2-point conversion. Account for the Plymouth North points. 3rd and 6. And it's Hoover again
Hoover again on
to the
carry.
inside.
The D-line.
Arrows forward. Yeah, it looks like Parker Souza on the defensive line contributing to the stop.
Yeah, the D-line ready for it that time. They really stacked it up. They didn't collapse left or right. They stayed in the pocket, basically. Big key there was Parker Souza, you mentioned. Yeah, I mean, he was...
28-yard line.
He kind of caused that traffic jam. The offensive line couldn't create space because of Souza right there. So that was a good job. 4th down and 4, they're going for it.
4 down territory, trailing by 11. A must situation. Murphy fires. It is caught at the 20-yard line. And spinning down to about the 19 is the intended receiver, and that's Wesley Hillman. Dylan Gomes on the tackle for the Indians, but that's going to be enough for a first down.
That's enough for a
There was pressure coming, too.
first down. It'll be 1st and 10.
Blitzing from this near side of the line there was Chow. Lucky to get rid of it was Murphy, but he did. He threw a strike to Hillman, and that moves the chains. They're in the red zone once again.
Murphy seems to have a strong arm when he has thrown it. It hasn't always been 100% accurate, but when he's let that ball go over the middle with some power, he's been able to do it. And that came at the right time there for Plymouth North, that's for sure. Once again, the screen to the outside, caught at the 20-yard line. And on the reception, Joey Moriarty.
Joey Moriarty on the
Ethan
reception.
Marks back there, along with number 11 of the Dartmouth Indians, and that is Graham White to contribute to the stop.
Yeah, you're talking about Murphy, and you're right. He certainly can really huzz it in there. He really steps into the ball well, throwing with the whole body, not just arm strength. He's got the legs. You know, he really has good power behind each pass. We saw, you said the Hail Mary at the end of the half. He threw it up from the 40. It was in the air the whole way.
Murphy this time, he is going nowhere. He faked the inside handoff to Uva, but then he gets drilled down by Maddox Dupree, the defensive back, the sophomore.
A sack for the Indians. That's a loss of a yard. Actually, a loss of 2 yards.
Loss of 2 on the play will be 3rd.
So just when you thought Plymouth North was moving down the field effectively, the Dartmouth Indians continue to make it tough on them, even though they had that big pass. You know, that was on a 4th down. So, you know, it's not like it's been easy for Plymouth to come down the field. They got that play where they almost looked like they didn't get the first down and they just barely got it. Then the next time they just barely got the next one.
Sure. A lot of long downs as well. You know, not just, you know, first down, big
Right,
jump. You know, we're
exactly.
seeing 3 downs, 3 plays for every set of downs.
Oh, there goes Hoover up the middle.
Hoover on the carry.
And he looks like he's banged up just a little bit, but what a hardcore run that time by Isaac Hoover, the junior. Yeah, it looked like he was banged up on the play, and that's
Sure.
a big loss there for Plymouth if he's unable to come back for a few plays here.
Yeah, this would be a tremendous loss if he
Official timeout.
kind of got twisted up and landed awkwardly on his left side. And he is still down. I'll tell you one other thing, right? We played 12-minute quarters now here. We're already down to 4:19. This is the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Everything's been on the field. We haven't had a timeout. We haven't had anybody out of bounds. The clock has been moving with every play. This is really, it's been a long drive, a slow drive, very deliberate, lots of plays, but it's shortening the game tremendously.
Well, Hoover stands up and goes to the sideline under his own power. You see him there, and he has to take at least the play off, coming off the field as a result of injury. So Rick White going onto the field and coming back, making sure that the defense is ready to go here.
I'm expecting them to target Hillman in the air.
It's 1st and goal at the 9.
1st and goal for
Hillman on the near side of your screen just broke to the end zone.
But the inside handoff that time goes absolutely nowhere.
Ooh.
Chow
Chow on the
came
tackle.
up with the tackle, and let's see what this is all about. A very late flag. And things have gotten a little aggressive even after the play is over.
Yeah, two flags came flying in, actually, one after the next. And, of course, they handed it off, made a liar out of me, but that's okay.
Yeah, they decided to go for the inside handoff that
Yeah.
time. I don't know if they were thinking, I'll try to catch Dartmouth off guard. They have had some successful runs. Well, obviously, Uva's had short runs, but he's also had some long ones. But there you see Ryan, that's Dylan Deering, the senior running back, getting, I think, his first carry of the day.
I'm surprised, though, because we really haven't seen anybody else run the ball except for Uva. So I figure, when they're not handing it off to him, right, it stands to think that they're going to go to the air with it. And that time they didn't.
So perhaps seeking the element of surprise that time.
Oh, I was surprised. So I guess it worked.
The officials are congregating. Again, that's the
Yeah, we're just having
referee
a major
Gino
meeting.
Fell.
One to get it right.
Upon further review, we'll see what the call is going to be. So again, November 29th. What are you going to sing on the Paul Santos live show?
Oh, come on. We can't do
Can't
that.
talk about that?
We got to
No.
make
While you're thinking about that, and I know it's a tough decision.
Yeah. Our coach is barking.
Yeah, Rick
Excuse
White
me,
is not happy.
No, he's not, and the official's barking right back at him.
The flag is against Dartmouth, so Rick White is not happy. He's pointing at the clock. He's yelling at the official. Gino Fell is giving it right back to him.
Yeah, this looks like an old-fashioned Major League Baseball
It's getting close.
manager versus umpire.
This is looking like Tommy Lasorda over here or Earl Weaver. Rick White turns away and says to himself,
Wow.
"Good job. Good job." Let's see this again. See if we can pick up over here. All of a sudden, the flag. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, it's just.
Oh, yeah, retaliation. First, there was kind of a swing by one of the Indians players on the right side there.
Right. So Ricky is saying, well, you know what? The other player, he was,
they
contributing
are.
to that.
Yep, offsetting personal fouls.
Offsetting personal fouls
Okay, there you go.
So they
against both
So it's
teams.
just like nothing happened.
something happened. We
Something
lost 5
happened.
minutes of our lives, but that's all right.
And while all that was going on, you were supposed to be thinking about what you were going to perform.
Well, I know-
Actually,
I
that's
think
a side matter.
Yeah, I know what I'm gonna. I think I know what I'm gonna perform. The question is, do we tease that, or we make people tune in so they can
Yeah,
find
right,
out
they
what
can-
I'm gonna perform?
Jim Thompson was a guest on that show as well. Did you hear about that?
You told me pre-game.
He was hilarious. He really went off. I mean, he looked at, what we were doing and then thought, oh yeah, I can do this.
He was funny.
Yeah, we were,
I'm kidding.
no, we were,
I know Thompson. I know he's funny.
we were talking about, I think, something to do with Batman. The Batman comics were introduced. So the next thing you know, he took.
Batman.
Oh, they're still arguing. Look at
They
this.
are,
They're still
wow.
arguing. All right. Maybe we can turn up the audio.
Say Coach White's got to be careful here.
Yeah, maybe we should turn up the audio. Okay, well, this is an important part of the game because it's 19-8, ball's in enemy territory. And, if Plymouth can get in here, we have a whole different game than we thought we were going to have.
Sure.
So here we go, second down and 11.
2nd and 11 from Plymouth North.
Nice tackle by the Indians. Very minimal gain. And looked like Dylan Deering carried it again.
On the carry.
And on the stop, Dan Martin.
Dan Martin on the tackle.
Yeah, sticking with the ground game,
Gain of 2 on the play.
despite not having Uva in there.
Ball is on the 9-yard line.
So 3rd and goal from the 9. Just the down marker out there, so it was originally a 1st and goal. And again, 4 down territory for sure. We've seen Plymouth North go for it on 4th down. No one has punted in this game.
So here we go, Dallas Murphy.
Murphy to pass.
Looking to throw toward the end zone. Let's see. There's a battle for the ball at the 1-yard line. It's intercepted by the Indians. Dylan Gomes picks it off for Dartmouth. And what a time to come up with the pick.
That's fantastic.
Huge play by Gomes. He ripped it out of the hands of the intended receiver.
Yeah, undercut him. I mean, the coaches were not happy with what just transpired with the penalties, so that's got to feel great. Look at that. That's fantastic. What a job by Gomes to read that.
Oh, and Coach White, who was just so hot over what happened over the last couple of minutes. Wow, you must be on the sidelines going, oh, yeah, I look at that. That is sweet right there.
Sure.
That is sweet right there.
Now, the challenge, Paul, is that was not caught in the end zone. That was not picked off in the end zone. It was at the 1-yard line. So the Indians are backed way up.
And they run the ball. They're trying to get out of the end zone. Were they pushed back into the end zone? I don't know. It looks like the forward progress is going to keep the ball out of the end zone because you're really in, obviously safety territory there.
Indians lucky there that there was a burst forward before getting taken back, because you're absolutely right. That would have been a safety, and they would have lost the ball. But they pushed up ahead to the 2 yards or so.
Got about 2 yards. Look at this. Oh,
Kelly.
he handed the ball. He did not hand the ball off. He kept the ball. Let's see. Is that Kelly? Yeah, Kelly kept the ball. Oh, he faked the handoff. You see in the backfield, right? He faked the handoff to Dutra, and Dutra got drilled. And I thought it was a safety for a second, and then out of the corner of my eye, I could see what happened.
Well, you weren't alone. Dutra took one for the team right there.
Look at that. You can see to the right of your screen, Dutra just got drilled at the turf, and I was thinking, oh, no, not a safety.
Unbelievable. Every week, the officials have zero clue what they're doing.
So you see Will Kelly come to the sideline and talk to his head coach, Rick White. And it's a third down and about 5 it'll be when play resumes. Well, really an important play right here because the Indians would be forced to punt, and if they have to punt from there, Plymouth will get the ball at the 50-yard line probably, so they need a first down on this 3rd and 5. Big play for the offense. Runs into a lot of traffic. Marks went right up the middle. And a couple of people moving in for the stop, including Killian Murphy. And it's going to be 4th down and about 1. So the Indians are going to have to punt it. They're so deep in their enemy territory. They're so deep in their own territory that they're going to have to kick the ball away, and Plymouth's going to get some great field position.
I thought that you were going to see the Eagles get called on another neutral zone infraction because there was movement on this side. They jumped before the snap and then jumped back. And that split second got free. But this will be interesting. No room for error here, and the kicking game has not been too sharp for the Indians. First time for the punt.
Louis Freitas punting out of his own end zone. Louis gets it away just barely. Takes a nice Indian roll. Oh, that's going about 30 yards farther than we thought it might. And did he touch the ball? Did he touch the ball?
Sure did. He sure did.
Rick White has given the signal. The officials are looking under there. Did you see a signal from the official? I haven't seen it. I have not seen an official say the Indians have the ball. And you saw Rick White jumping onto the field, pointing in the direction that the Indians should have the ball. Now let's take a look. He reached in for sure, but was there contact? Let's take a look. I don't know what this guy was thinking about right here. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. The Indians are saying he did, but his hand was down, but I'm not sure that hand brushed against the ball. You couldn't really tell. Let's see if we get another angle because this might tell us something. This is a good angle. Let's see.
He didn't touch it.
No, he didn't touch it.
No.
I think just
it's a good call.
Yeah, just
it is.
the excitement of
yep.
the game and so forth. That the way that hand was behind the ball from our angle, it
Right.
almost looked like he touched it, but
No, you're absolutely right. It was an optical illusion, and
Optical illusion.
with the naked eye, it looked like he touched it, but he didn't. So it's a good call.
wow, what a big tackle by the Indians defense. And let's start with the sophomore, Maddox Dupree for one, along with Will Chow, number 18.
Maddox Dupree on the tackle.
That's a big hit.
Tell you, that sophomore, he's having a nice game, huh?
Leveled him.
And looked like he had some help there too, but what a great hit to start that drive. I mean, Plymouth, looks like they have a man down on the field there. Number was that 50, 58?
58. That's Teddy Golden.
So he's a little slow to get up, and here comes the head coach. And that is Chris Whidden from the far side of the field.
Well, I had to open my mouth and say what a quick third quarter this was when
Yeah, right, 30 seconds to go.
when the Eagles were moving down the field, and since then we've had change of possession. We had the flag situation getting sorted out with the official timeout. These last 4 minutes have been about 15 minutes.
Exactly. There he
Seriously.
goes. He's going off the field kind of gingerly. Teddy Golden is the senior.
That's like when I predict volleyball and I say, yeah, it's probably going to be a sweep. We won't be there for 5, and then we're there for 5.
Yeah, right,
You know.
exactly. Yeah.
Right, Mike?
Offensive line, defensive line. There we go.
Mike Fernandez directing tonight.
So 30 seconds left in this third quarter, and it's become an interesting game. It's been an interesting game for quite a while, since the Indians are up 19-0. After that,
Second and 10 for Plymouth North.
it's become very interesting.
Well, the Indians got the pick in a really tough spot.
That's for sure. Here's the
And-
pass by Murphy. Wow, that was almost picked.
It was.
Threw it right into traffic. Right into traffic. Graham White back there for Dartmouth, the defensive back.
Yeah. White came flying in, but there was already an Indian there as well.
Yeah, that was Dutra also
Dutra
there.
again. But I'm saying, the Indians got their turnover, right? They got the pick, and they couldn't do anything with it. The Eagles stopped them. Dartmouth couldn't do anything with it.
For Plymouth North.
And Plymouth North got that 3 and out to force the punt. So, they did their job defensively.
So 3rd down and 10 now for Plymouth. A big possession for them at this point in the game as we're closing up the third quarter here. 11 seconds to go. Dallas Murphy, the senior quarterback, brings them out. Ball at about the 35-yard line. Need a big play here. Murphy in the pocket, has a space, and he's going to run. And he's down to about the 41-yard line. That's going to be short of the first down, though. And it's going to be 4th down at about 4, and they're going to have to punt.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter already.
So it's 19-8 in favor of the Indians, the same score that we had at the end of the half. And the Indians will be getting the ball here momentarily to start the fourth quarter. Certainly early to do anything like go for it right here. So it's not, that point in the game yet. So when the Indians get the ball back, good possession here. Let's burn some clock. Let's run the ball. Let's, try to get some more points and put this one on ice. That would be the plan.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I would be shocked if the Eagles decided to go for it. You have to be ready for anything, right? If you're Dartmouth, especially at this point, because you're still up by 2 scores. It's not like this is a one-possession game. So time is of the essence if you're the Eagles. So I would be ready for anything.
4 yards is still significant. It's not like it's, 4th and 1.
Right.
4th and 4, right? So, I suppose if you'd wanted to take all your chips and push them in, I guess you could, figuring you need 2 scores to win anyway, and, you don't want to give the ball back to Dartmouth, but, boy, that would be a gutsy kind of a...
No, I agree. I think
Oh
it
my
would
God,
be.
yeah.
So we'll see if Hillman goes back deep to punt as we switch sides here in between quarters. But as we said, right, this is the last one for Dartmouth until Thanksgiving. Of course, there'll be live coverage here on DCTV for morning football on Turkey Day.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, and I believe Jim Thompson will be back for that, of course, along with Andy Thompson. Yours truly will have some fun on Thanksgiving morning like we always do. And in the fourth quarter, we're always talking about food. That's the only problem. So here we go, 4th down. They are going to try to go for it, at least show that they're going for it, as the coach puts all the chips in right here.
Wow.
Dallas Murphy has a play. He throws, and he's trying to get the first down. He can't. Dylan Gomes pushes him back.
That's unreal. What a tackle. That was Gomes once again. He's had a couple big ones tonight, and none bigger than that one. Receiver could not turn. He wrapped him up. He came back for the ball, so no forward progress. He was stopped a yard short. That's fantastic.
And trying to get that yardage desperately was Wesley Hillman, the senior, but Dylan Gomes, who had that big interception, makes a great play. And look at the Indians. They have the ball at the enemy 44, so
Got to score here.
interesting call.
Got to score here. Put the game away right now. Well, that's not going to do it.
Well,
Good
behind the play.
defense.
Yep. Kelly is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Big number 85 coming up to make the tackle. Jalen Baker, the defensive lineman. There he is right there, coming in hard to lay it on Kelly.
He had his Wheaties this morning.
Yeah.
Big time hit.
That's just what the doctor ordered from the Plymouth point of view.
Absolutely.
Throw him for a loss, try to get the ball back. But the Indians, Ethan Marks ends up back at the original line of scrimmage, picks up 4 yards. And again, we'll set up a 3rd down and 10. And that was John Brock, the linebacker, the senior, making the tackle for the Plymouth North Eagles.
Well, the Indians in danger of going 3 and out for the second straight drive here. The Eagles defense is really buttoned things up quite a bit in this second half, particularly with the running game, which is really why Dartmouth is up with 19 points, why they found the end zone 3 times. The running game had been so good in that first half.
3rd and 10. Here's Marks. No, it's the quarterback, Kelly. Kelly! He goes down the sideline and gets the first down. Oh, what a great run that time by Kelly. And again, so much deception with the fake handoff inside to Marks right there. Look at him. Marks is getting twisted around and tackled.
Well, he didn't surprise the camera, though. Great shots once again by our camera crew here at the stadium.
Remember big number 85, Jalen Baker? He was tackling Marks on that play.
Yeah.
Marks gets it this time. And Baker hits Marks again, gets a piece of him as he goes up the middle. But, you know, at this particular point in the game, I know 10 minutes left. That's a long time, right? Long time. But, I mean, every time you can just move the chains, even if you're not going in the end zone too quickly, you know, the clock continues to run. And you still have an 11-point lead, 2-possession game.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure Dartmouth will feel a lot better if they grab 6 points here. But you're right. It is still a 2-possession game regardless. And this is an Eagles team that doesn't kick. So they have, according to coach, pregame, they got to get it done with the end zone. So I wouldn't expect a field goal if it, got down to it. I think the Eagles, if they score and it gets to be, a tight game here within 3 points, they're not going to kick it. I would be shocked if they kick it. So I think you're going to be looking at they have to find the end zone.
Right, exactly. Cam Champney made the stop on Marks that last time. 3rd down and 7. Pass caught at the 25-yard line. That's Dutra. Breaks a tackle. Gains an additional 5 yards before finally being tackled by Logan Gallagher. But a great hook up there between quarterback Kelly and Dutra.
A rare pass, and it was a good one over 2 defenders. Pulls up here, says, excuse me, and gets down the line for another first down. They're in the red zone. Ball is inside the 20.
Baron Dutra, one of Will Kelly's favorite targets when he does throw the ball. He threw it to him last year and a little bit more this year. And there goes Marks. Oh, Marks down to the 10. Oh, what a thrust as he went into enemy territory, and he's very close to the first down. Nice gain. Looks like about a gain of 9.
If he hadn't gotten tripped up, he's gone. Right here, gets through, and right there, someone hit his ankle. He lost his stride, but he would have been gone.
2nd and 3.
So they give him 7 on that. I guess that little slide at the end didn't count. Here goes Kelly. Kelly down to the 5-yard line. I think they're starting to get worn down now. They can start feeling that, they're back on their heels. Their backs are against the wall. Their best chance was that time that Dylan Gomes made that interception. They couldn't get in to make it a 1-score game. The Indians then made a couple of big plays before when they went in on 4th down, and Gomes made another great play. And now I think Plymouth North is just really starting to feel the heat. So here we go. Let's see if the Indians can make them pay here, as it's 1st and goal at the 6. Marks gets stacked up, tries to carry some of the team with him, and there's number 85 standing up there again as Jalen Baker in the mix.
Looks like might have gotten a yard on it, so down to the 6 now.
Clock continues to run with 8:10 to go.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
The Indians get in here, and that's pretty much going to be it. I just don't see how Plymouth North would have time. And we have a timeout.
No, there's a flag, and it could be
Flag on the play.
a false start. I didn't see the defense move.
Yeah, I saw the back judge giving the time signal, but that's only because the flag had been thrown. It is offside against Plymouth again. Was that the 3rd time that particular penalty has been called? 4th?
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw in a couple of holdings, and they've definitely had the big disadvantage in the penalty department.
Yep, so half the distance. You're inside the 5 yards there, so makes it a little easier for Dartmouth. Clock is still rolling here, so you're killing the clock and you're knocking on the door to 6 more points.
2nd and 2. Here's Marks, and Marks is in for a touchdown. 3-yard run. And that could potentially finish off Plymouth as the Indians have another touchdown.
That's big right there. I mean, Dartmouth put up 13 points in that first quarter, and the points have been, few and far between since then. But now the breathing room, less than 8 minutes to play.
So Oliver Taradash to attempt the extra point. This time he does get it away, goes right down the middle, and it's 25-8 in favor of Dartmouth. 2 touchdowns by Will Kelly. Roughing the kicker has been called.
So the points will count.
Penalty be assessed afterwards. So 2 touchdowns by Ethan Marks now, 2 touchdowns by Will Kelly.
Kick was good.
And the 4 touchdowns on the board for Dartmouth, 25-8 with 7:39 to go. So, hey, I got to tell you, on the scoreboard, you'll see Ethan Marks twice. You'll see Will Kelly twice. But could you not make a case for Dylan Gomes as star of the game up to this point? You could. You could make a case. That interception followed by that tackle on the 4th down. Great defense right there by Dylan Gomes.
No, he's made 2 of the plays of the games. I mean, really, of the game. Excuse me. I mean, really, because the pick was huge. You're looking at 19-8. They get 6 points there. 19-14. They're going to go for 2. The worst case scenario would have been 19-16. Now it's 26-8. So that was absolutely huge. He undercut it. He did it himself. He read the pass. That's exactly what you're looking for, defensively. And then the tackle here, absolutely. That was just fantastic. He did that all alone. He didn't have anybody near him, so he had to make the play, and he did.
Well, breathing room here for the Dartmouth Indians, and I'm sure that makes the Dartmouth sideline feel a little better because they were frustrated a little bit at some of the chippiness in the game, and Coach White thought that, the penalty shouldn't have been called the way that it was, and he had a pretty good exchange there with the referee, Gino Fell. So things didn't go their way, and now with the breathing room, feels a little bit better. So look at where that kickoff was from because of the penalty. Pretty much at midfield as
right.
Ball is kicked off. It's going to be a touchback, and Plymouth will take over, and the ball kicked off by Louis Freitas. 7:39 to go.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Fell gave Coach White a lot of latitude. I mean, that, like I said, that was making me think back to before challenges, the Major League Baseball arguments.
Billy Martin right in the guy's face.
Seriously, I mean, I haven't seen that in high school football in a long time. That's rare. You don't see that.
They almost went nose to nose for a second.
That's what
almost,
I mean.
Almost,
usually
not quite.
There's barking usually from midfield to the sidelines and back and forth, but not like that. Not a one-on-one exchange like that. So that's not normal, and Coach White was not happy at all. But now I'm sure he's feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good now. Yeah, after that Dylan Gomes interception in particular, things kind of turned. That was kind of the turning point of the half. So here's Dallas Murphy bringing them out, starting out from their own 20-yard line. Looks like the seas parted there for a second, and here he comes to the 35. Then taken out of bounds at about the 38 by Baron Dutra, an 18-yard run by the quarterback, the senior Dallas Murphy of Plymouth North.
Well, he dropped back to pass, and I'm not sure if it was just to buy time. I don't think anybody was open. I think nobody was there. So he took it himself, and luckily the line had already split open, so he had plenty of room and picked up a good 15-plus yards.
1st and 10 now for Plymouth. Clock continues to, well, it's stopped now. It's 7:26 to go here in quarter number 4. Dartmouth enjoying the 26-8 lead, as you see. Here's Murphy in the pocket. Lets it go over the middle, and it is incomplete.
Murphy's pass is incomplete.
Marks was back there in the free safety position. Also in coverage for the Indians was Dan Martin. Not sure. It looked like the receiver was well overthrown.
Yeah, that was almost picked off. There was crossing route, and then there was a kind of a collision there almost on a defenseless receiver. Now, Coach Whitten not happy with this officiating crew. He wanted a penalty.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a little.
Kelly was putting his hands up. He's like, well, it was a collision, and he kind of.
Yeah, but he lowered the shoulder a bit. Maybe didn't have to do that.
Before he raised his hands, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you know. He leaned into it a bit.
Oh, there you go. Now the other side.
Yeah, so now they're not happy.
Now Chris Whitten's not happy.
Why can't we be friends?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. You're practicing.
I'm not doing that one on the 29th.
No, don't do that. 2nd and 10. Yep, November 29th. Circle it in your calendar. I know Jim Thompson will be watching down in the Villages. You know, he's a big shot. He's down there in the Villages. He's watching. He'll tune in November 29th, and he'll say, yeah, I was on that show.
He hasn't invited you to host from Florida.
Well, I told him he has an invitation when we do we are going to do some shows virtual. When we do, we'll have him, he can zoom right in. And then he told me I can zoom out too. He told me. So we're gonna be ready. We got to be ready for anything. But yeah, so don't sing one of those like sad folk songs that'll put us asleep.
No.
Like give us something. Give us a little.
Did I put you asleep the first time?
No, you did not. No, you did not. No, you did not. What song is that? They're talking in the talking
They're
track.
talking in our ears, and
They're
I
talking
cannot.
smack. All right, here's Murphy, and he's hit by Ethan Marks. Well, a lot of lowering of the shoulders here late in the game. That was number 3, Dallas Murphy, who carried.
Yeah, he took a good hit too. Nobody downfield. So once again, the Indians' defense doing their job down the field. They're forcing the run at this point. They're not allowing Murphy to pass and not allowing the receivers to get open. So there's no other option there. Got to take it himself.
Well, he did well. 1st and 10, ball in enemy territory at the Dartmouth 48, 6:32 to go. Murphy on that screen pass that he likes to do. Ball's at the 50. Murphy's screen caught that time by number 2, which of course is Hillman again. Wesley Hillman. Not really a big gain that time. 2nd down. That's a play that they've tried a lot, and I don't know. It seems like it's going to work, but then the Indians' defense, they read it and they get over there quickly, and it turns out to be minimal gain, even though it appears that there's real estate over there. Now here's Murphy. This kind of throws it away on the 2nd and 7, and it'll be 3rd and 7.
Well, you know where things really kind of started changing, and I think what really forced the interception on their last drive, or 2 drives ago, is that we still have not seen Uva. He has not come back into the game. He was the running back, and he was picking up yards. He was getting the offense in rhythm, and it's been Deering since then. He's been the one out there, number 44.
And Uva went off the field kind of slowly after that.
He did.
Didn't seem like he was quite the same. It doesn't look like anybody really racked him up or anything. He just kind of went down awkwardly through traffic. I didn't really see any big, hit there by Dartmouth. Murphy double pumps. Oh, it's knocked down that time by Baron Dutra. Got his hand in there, and I think just got enough of it so that Dominic Kearney couldn't bring it in.
Almost picked it.
But at this point in the game, that's all you need. Yeah, let's get a piece of it. Kearney couldn't handle it. Dutra knocks it down.
Fourth down.
Fourth down. Now 5:50 left.
7 yards to go. So this is a large fourth down conversion here, not one where you can just kind of, QB sneak it or, work with any small yard. I mean, 7 yards is a lot, and obviously they have to go for it. This is not like, well, let's punt it away and we'll get the ball back. No, they have to go for it, and, the Indians have some yardage to work with here. So I'd say keep doing what they're doing. They're really doing a great job down the field. They're not giving Murphy anyone to throw to.
See, this time you have to go for it. That last time was kind of a gamble that did not pay off.
Right.
Murphy throws it incomplete,
That was a
and the
bad
Indians
pass.
take over on downs. That was not very well executed.
No, it wasn't a good pass either. He wasn't set. Pressure was coming in. I didn't really see anybody quite in the vicinity. I saw more green jerseys than I did white jerseys where that ball went. So that was, not well executed at all. And another turnover on downs for the Eagles. Dartmouth will take over from right around midfield.
So Evan Massoud, you got from now until November 29th of practice where you're going to perform on our New Bedford Guide.
All right, I'll
River
give
Reporter
you
show.
one of them. I'll give you one.
Oh yeah, you already decided. Okay, what do we got?
My Life,
My Life.
Billy Joel.
Ah, okay.
Something up tempo.
As opposed to That's Life. No, that's a whole. 70% of the audience doesn't know what I'm talking about. Yes, I. The guys in the truck alluded to a song that I actually did in a comedy routine.
Oh,
I did
no.
that song in a comedy routine. Anyway, see, people in the audience don't know what we're talking about. That's okay. I'm going to hold off on that. 2nd down and 3. Yeah, Peter Chase said he'll never hear that song the same way again as Mark gets gang tackled. See, you got to tune in and see the wackiness that goes on Monday nights on our live stream. But yes, Evan Massoud will be there, and I think you need something like radical. Like you do any I don't know, you do like any Aerosmith or anything like that. You scream like Steve Tyler and stuff like that. Can you do something really? No, not quite.
No, I care about my vocal cords.
Oh, I see.
I want to be able to sing when I'm 50.
Yeah. I thought maybe with Dream On, you might hit that high note at the end there. What did Doc Noon say? Is that something you can repeat?
He said solo or far, far away. Thanks a lot.
I get that request all the time.
Oh, man.
Far, far away. Yeah.
That's a good one. I wasn't expecting that. That's great.
So Freitas gets the ball this time. Louis. Nice run into enemy territory. Tackle by Brandon Hillard. So, you're a young guy, so you like that sort of like easy listening stuff, right? The Billy Joels and the Elton Johns and all that stuff.
Like rock, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Second and 2 for the Indians.
In other words, like Walgreens. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
No, who's this? Walgreens music. I got to save this stuff for the show. But very well done, though. Very well done. High quality Walgreens music.
Yeah.
2nd down and 2. Now, people like myself, like Jim Thompson and I, right? Older people, we think, young guys, they're listening to Drake and this stuff, which you probably are too. And I like that kind of music too. The top 40, the stuff that's in there now on the radio now and so forth. But the classic stuff is the classic stuff,
Well, they were the pioneers.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the thing. Everybody else is copycats, right?
Why don't you drop me some Lil Wayne or something? You know what I mean? Like surprise me. So, do something that I don't think you're going to do, and then just do it as Kelly. Kelly carries the ball out.
I don't think so.
Come on, man. Come on.
No.
Come on. Let's some Drake. Let's see. Who else do we got there? How about the Biebs?
No.
No?
God, no.
I think he's got a #1 song right now.
Well, that's great for him.
Oh, I know
happy for
who
him.
you would like. You would like Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran would be.
And it's got some good stuff, yeah. But Ed's a guitarist. Total different animal from the piano.
There goes Kelly. As the people in the audience are saying, oh, what are these guys talking about? But then again, when Thompson and I are on, it gets like this. So, hey,
So I'm fitting right in. Is that what you're telling me?
you know what song I was working on? Shape of You. Shape of You by Ed Sheeran?
Not by title.
No, that's a big top 40.
I
like
know.
number one.
Oh, I know.
Well, anyway, let's see. I actually saw Ed Sheeran in concert. My wife made me go. No, I shouldn't say that. She encouraged me to go, and I went, and he was great. I have to say, I went to be nice, and but he was good. As Ethan Marks carries the ball. Yeah, no, he was. We were down in Nashville, and he was there, and we watched him, and I was thinking, all right, yeah, sure, I'll go see Ed Sheeran, yeah. But then he was excellent. He was excellent. I have to say, very talented.
Very talented, absolutely.
But let's see. I can make a request, right?
Well, it's your show, but
Doesn't mean you can do it.
Doesn't mean I can do it or that I'm
right.
going to do it.
It doesn't mean he's going to do it.
What's your request, Paul?
I know. Hang on a second. Let's watch this play because we do have a football game going on. You doing the M&M?
Oh, come on.
Huh?
No.
No.
Legal procedure on the Indians.
What's that one? Clean out the closet? Or what's the one where he's throwing up his spaghetti and all that? That one there. There's a lot of one.
Oh boy. No, I won't be doing.
There's a flag in the booth.
Yeah, really.
Stay on point.
It'll be 3rd and 10.
Flag in the booth. Off-topic conversation.
Yeah.
5 minutes of silence.
Well, you know why? Because we're comfortable that the green team has had a nice performance tonight. They got that early lead. They put the pressure on Plymouth. They moved the ball. They didn't have the penalties and the mistakes that Plymouth had. And, they were a pretty well-oiled machine for the most part. I mean, they bent a little bit, didn't break. Couple of big defensive plays by Dylan Gomes and others.
Yeah, the middle of the game, the middle quarters got a little bit concerning at times. But it never felt like this was going to be one that kind of flipped. The 19-0 lead really set the tone early. I never felt like it was going to go in another direction because it seemed like every time the Eagles did, pick up some good yardage, they had to take a step back, either because of good defense from the Indians or because of the mistakes. And, again, there were far more penalties against Plymouth North earlier particularly, but Dartmouth took advantage of them. You have to do that. Anytime you can exploit a weakness, even if it's a penalty that another team gets, you're gaining yards that way, and you got to take advantage of them, and the Indians, I felt, have done that tonight.
I know what you can do.
I'm so glad my analysis was.
How about a little Riri?
Riri?
Yeah,
No.
No. No. Rihanna, she's great. I think she's awesome. I'm a big fan of Riri, I'll tell you. Just for the record. Not that record, the other.
Yeah. I know.
I know. How about Jay-Z? While we're on the subject. No. I don't think so. All right, we'll work on it. 4th and 4. Here we go. They're going to run this out as there goes Marks. Wow, look at that. He's playing right to the final whistle. Look at that. The offensive line is too with that final thrust forward, and that's an Indian first down. What a way to put some icing on the cake there, as they're not going to be able to stop the clock.
No, that's going to do it. That's a great first down. Coach is coming down behind you, Paul.
Oh, yes. I'm always in the way. Even on my own show, I'm in the way. So a couple of touchdowns here. Ethan Marks, a 1-yard touchdown run at the beginning, and also another 3-yard run toward the end of the game with Will Kelly sandwiched in the middle with 42-yard touchdown run and a 45-yard touchdown run. There was 1 extra point, 2 extra points kicked by Oliver Taradash. And Dylan Gomes with a big interception, followed by a big tackle on a 4th down play when Plymouth went for it on 4th down. And the Indians coming away with a nice victory here today as we wind things down at the stadium. So I think all in all, but for that little section in the middle, I think the Indians played a solid game tonight.
They did. Win number 7. This was game 10, and now they'll have 2 weeks to prepare for Fairhaven on Thanksgiving morning. But, solid victory. We got contributions up and down both sides of the ball. Kelly, explosive running the ball. You also had, of course, Marks had a good night as well. You said both of them were, hit the century mark last week in the loss. And I can say I'm sure Kelly hit 100 tonight. I think Marks would have been close again. So, the usual suspects getting it done for Dartmouth, and they took care of the Eagles.
Well, we hope to see you here on Thanksgiving morning as the Dartmouth Indians take on the Fairhaven Blue Devils. Jim Thompson, Andy Thompson will be back here in the booth. I'll be here as well as we bring you that traditional Thanksgiving morning game right here on Dartmouth Community Television. Evan Massoud, I enjoyed working with you today. As Doc Nunes was reminding me, he's going to be here on Thanksgiving morning too, right?
You don't say.
Where else would he be? Huh?
That's great.
No, it was great working with you tonight on DCTV, and we're looking forward to your appearance on our live stream show on New Bedford Guide and Fall River Reporter Monday night, November 29th, 7 p.m. sharp. So you're looking forward to it. You're going to be practicing between now and then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I play every night. That's how I unwind. It's great.
Oh, you're not going to come on cold? You're gonna be polished and everything ready to go?
This guy.
Just want to make sure you're ready to go.
It's not like he hasn't heard the performance before.
We don't just throw people up there. We want to make sure that
I know you're vetting me. Don't you worry, Paul. Don't you worry. You heard me virtual. Now you're gonna get the real deal. All right.
Thanks again, and have always a great time. Dartmouth 26 and Plymouth North 8 for all of us here at Dartmouth Memorial Stadium. For all of us at Dartmouth Community Media, I'm Paul Santos. Have a great night.